Good morning, students. You know that we are passing through coronavirus pandemic. Every day people are becoming corona positive and out of them some are losing their life also. We will have to take precautionary measures to survive and fight against this disease. So please follow the norms laid by government. We should avoid going outside as far as possible. If necessary, please wear a mask, use sanitizer, and maintain social distancing. Amidst this, we also have to continue our studies. Students, we are not able to reach to you directly, but by online classes, we try to teach you. Hope you will be cooperating with us at the same time, also studying with utmost care and attention. Today, we are going to highlight chapter number 2, Cultural Heritage of India, Traditional Handicraft and Fine Arts. The people of India, for their livelihood, were practicing so many different occupations, and this all resulted into art. It is said that there were 64 different arts with the help of which a person was able to earn his livelihood. Chosatkara. So, in this chapter, we are going to become familiar with different traditional handicrafts and fine arts which were practiced earlier and are also continued today. Our country, India, is very rich in cultural heritage, which includes materialistic and also genetical heritage. Whatever a child inherits from his parents, the physical and the mental characteristics by birth only is known as genetic inheritance. Please underline this line. Whereas house, land, estates like properties which are obtained from our ancestors is known as material heritage. Please underline. So, whatever we receive from our parents by birth, the genes is known as genetic inheritance, and whatever things are gifted to us by our ancestors in materialistic things like properties, houses, land, they are known as material heritage. In the same way, whatever man is obtaining or creating using his intellect and skill is generally called cultural heritage. Please underline. Also, the traditions, the customs, the rituals, and special types of lifestyle which are adopted by our ancestors is also known as cultural heritage. You can also add other matters like education, farming, trade, rules and regulations for daily life, festivals celebrated, entertainment, art, handicraft, beliefs, and skills, they all become a part of our cultural heritage. Our country, India, is being an ancient country, 5,000 years old in the world, has its best traditions, social values, dogmas, customs, and family system. So, it becomes our moral duty to preserve our cultural heritage. There are references of 64 different arts, and they include handicraft, workmanship, kasab, art, drawing, music, dramatic art, and dance, etc. etc. Even our ancient currencies were also valuable. Our country's prosperity was the main attraction for the foreigners or the visitors to attack India. At present, the education of yoga has been considered as a part of our cultural heritage and it has been accepted by the whole world. So only, please underline, 21st June is celebrated as World Yoga Day in the whole world. Now, which were the arts which were practiced by the Indians? The beauty of our country, Indian cultural heritage, is lying in the traditional art of the artisans, and they have been skillfully developed varied lifestyle of people through their remarkable art and handicraft industry. Weaving and embroidery, wooden art, clay work, drawing, painting, leather industry, enamel work, sculpture work, architecture, acrylic work, diamond related artistic workmanship, and knitting work have their unique identity in India. So, let us start with the art of clay work. We know that man and clay are very closely associated not from today but from ancient times. We can say that the whole life of man is revolving around it, that means mud, from the cradle to the grave. Before the metals were invented, the clay things were used abundantly, maximum. Toys, pots, pitchers, earthen lamp, clove, stove, clay stove, that is chulha, clay wares were made by the potters to store grains, milk, ghee, curd, and buttermilk. Maximum kitchenwares were also made up of clay. Even the walls of the houses that are kubas or huts, which were known as earlier, they were plastered by the paste of cow dung and clay, what we call as gar. Today we have marbles and tiles laid down, vitrified tiles, but in earlier days it was not possible, and so people were using cow dung and mud so that they could have a good surface manual. We also have got many clay utensils of red color which belong to Lothal, Mohenjo-daro and Harappan culture of the ancient time. Potter's wheel is considered to be the best device for clay work in ancient India. In present time also we can see the garba, that is the pitcher which is having holes and it contains earthen lamp inside in the Navratri festivals and the girls go dancing with it. India, our country, was also famous for producing the baked utensils of the baked clay as well as unbaked clay known as terracotta. This is known by seeing the remains of the old and handmade clay utensils which are found from Nagarjun Sagar Kond in South India and Lagnej in Mehsana district. Art of weaving. Man began to live a civilized life after he started to cover his body with clothes, and in preparation of cloth art of weaving plays a very important role. The art of making long threads using small pieces of cotton from cotton balls known as swab, runi pani, and joining them together is called art of spinning. On the charkha we put this cotton, and by moving it we are able to have thin threads of cotton. This is known as spinning art. We all know that Gandhiji has given its a special importance as a cotton industry using charkha, and it also joined with the Swadeshi movement to make the country self-reliant, Atmanirbhar, and under the banner of freedom movement which has created a new history. hand weaving. You can see in the picture only that from ancient times our country India was well known for the textile know-how. It is a well known fact that the whole piece of cloth of a particular size, taka what we say, of fine muslin of Dhaka could easily pass through a ring and could be adjusted in a matchbox. So the weavers of the Dhaka area were able to weave muslin cloth in such a way that the entire sari could pass through a ring or it could be adjusted in the fist and also in a matchbox. Also, the carpet or galicha in the several regions, the knitting work on the attires, on the clothes and artistry, etc., is occupying a prominent place from ancient time. Among them are the patola of Patan, the Kanjivaram sari, the Banarasi sari, the Bandhani sari of Rajasthan, which are the unique identity of India. Well, Bandhani only means to tie. A long piece of cloth in the sari form or the other form at equal distances they are tied with either stones or some food grains and then they are tied to create a design and then dipped in a colorful water manual and when it is removed and dried up colorful design appears on the cloth. That's why it is known as bandhani. During the golden period of the Solanki era, our state Gujarat also has progressed in this field. During the rule of Siddharaj Jai Singh, many weavers or artisans came and settled in Patan. And thereafter, the patolas of Patan became world famous because of their skills. This patola art of Patan is more than 850 years old. But today, only handful of artisans are able or having the skill for such a complicated and time consuming art. The silkware known as beavered ict produced in Patan is called patola of Patan. Ict means weaving, beavered means double. This type of sari is designed in such a manner that it can be worn on either side. This type of patola variety has very good durability and its original colors are remaining intact. There is also a saying in the same reference, પડી પટોળે ભાત ફાટે પણ ફીટે નહીં. The cloth will be torn but the design will not go away. The design laid down in the patola shall never fade even if the cloth may torn. The art of embroidery. The work of embroidery can be seen on the clothes of the idols and statues which were found during the excavations from the sites of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The art of weaving on the clothes of men, women and children is very famous from the ancient time. And this art of embroidery was seen on the clothes of men, women and children in the areas of Sindh, Saurashtra and Kutch regions at the time of the Indus Valley civilization. Also, Kashmiri Kasab, the work of Kashmir is also well known. Apart from embroidery, Bandhani of Jamnagar, Jodhpur, Bhuj and Mandvi of Gujarat are very popular. Please underline. The traditional style of Bandhani with all its luster and because of the beautiful designs of the elephant, the puppet, the dies and the picture, it is very popular today also. Cottage industry was taken over by the women of Kutch and the areas from Kutch and Saurashtra regions of Gujarat. The traditional art of embroidery, torans, chakra, pillow cover, bed sheets, shak, todalia, clothes like kedu is well known today also. Embroidery work is also carried out on quilt and shawls with different designs. The embroidery work of the Jat community of Banni area of Kutch is unique in itself. Please underline MCQ question. Leather industry. Skin of dead animals was used for various purposes in ancient India. After the animal died, its skin was processed in traditional manner. Leather at that time was prominently used for making mashak, a leather bag to fetch water, and kos. Kos means also a leather bag which is tied at one end. On the other hand, there are bullocks, and to remove the water from the well, this mashak or a kos was used. The bullocks came toward the well, the rope went inside the well, the leather bag kos was filled, and as the bullocks went far away from the well, this leather bag was carried out and the water was easily removed from the well. Drum, dholak, tabla, a musical instrument, and the bellows, dhaman, used by the blacksmiths, and various types of footwear, leather belts to tie animals, etc. Leather was also used to prepare shield, which was used during wars, bakhtar also, as well as kavach also, and dhal also. Leather industry had a prominent place in ancient India. Well knitted mojdi Rajasthan, shoes, leather knitted purses, belts, and other things are made out of leather for the and also things like saj, palan, lagam, and whip for the horse and the camel were also very much used in those times. Diamond work, bead work, and enamel work. Our country, India, enjoys a very long coastline, 7,517 kilometers, and in all the three directions. Only in the north we have the Himalayas, otherwise, the West Arabian Sea, South Indian Ocean, and East Bay of Bengal. So, diamonds and beads are available in plenty. We are using widely the gems and diamonds from ancient times. Since ancient time, the trade of the diamond and beads was also carried out through the sea routes to different countries across the sea. Diamond studded ornaments were in great demand in the foreign countries. The world famous diamonds, please underline, like Kohinoor and Great Mughal, were also found from India. As Indians are fond of diamond and beaded ornaments, variety is found in great deal. Earlier, rich and royal people used to wear diamond jewelry apart from gold ornaments. Please underline diamonds, rubies, beads, emerald, and topaz were used to adorn and beautify the thrones and crowns and jewelry like bracelet and garland etc. of the kings. Beadwork, moti work is also found prominent in Gujarat. The beautiful bead torans, pachit, pots, pari, chakra, which is a traditional wall piece, decorative coconut, used at time of ceremonies known as Lagnanu Nariyad, Indhoni, Modia, a net which is tied to cover the mouth of a bullock, the horns, hand fans, animal back cover that is jewel, are knitted in a unique artistic way using these beads. Our country, India, has been a leading country in jewelry since the immemorial times. Our country, India, is the only country in the world where expertise can be seen in animal work apart from the gold and silver work. Animal work means the artistic skills of laying the bright colors like red, green, and blue in the gold and silver ornaments like rings, bangles, earrings, keychain, chain, etc. Experts of animal work are seen especially in Jaipur, Delhi, Lucknow, Varanasi, and Hyderabad. Please underline. Jari work. Jari work is seen in India since ancient times. Golden and silver threads are woven with clothes, and embroidery is done with gold and silver threads to decorate the clothes. Surat is a prominent place for Jari work. Knitting and embroidery of Jardosi work have a unique beauty. Even the artisans of the Surat could make beautiful dresses like sari, panetar, gharchoda, etc. bordered with jari if needed.